Now we saw, right, we are able to run standalone application. Now in test class I have created one object. Hope you are able to get right. Obj equal.
Yes.
Right click, run as Java application. Is this core Java program only, right? Standalone
Yes,
program
sir.
only, right?
Yes, sir.
Now that is the based on your requirement, you will be able to develop. Now clear. Let's go for slides. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about advantages. So it is very easy to develop Spring based application by using Java or Groovy. Now you will see this Spring Boot application will support for Gradle or Maven. Two types of projects will be there. Always Java developer we are going to use project. Even by using Gradle also we can do. Gradle is one of the same how Maven is working. Gradle is the backup for like equivalent to Maven. So we are using configuration in XML. Gradle is one of the property file. If you want, you can check it. Now you selected Maven. Now you are using Java language. Then Kotlin you can use. Groovy is one of the other technology. So Gradle plus Groovy. So you can select Maven plus Groovy. So these are the languages. Okay. Spring Boot is the framework which is having the versions. Now latest version is by default 2.5.3. So which is the certified version. Below that you can use anyone. Okay. Now come here. So whenever you are developing the project, you are going to select jar or var. Jar when you are going to select whenever you are having only service side code. Var whenever you are going to select whenever you are having 3 layers. Got it?
Okay. Yes, sir.
So like UI and all. Now these are the versions you need to select. This is the way we are going to develop. So it is very easy, right? Now whenever you will download and generate and just running, program is working. So now within 1 or 2 minutes, we are going to run the program. Now if you want to configure this in Spring, how much time it will take? Spring or servlet or struts. So how much time it will take? Tell me.
Lot of time.
Yeah, at least minimum, if you are experienced person, it will take 2 or 3 hours. If you are you are trying to learn as a new, right? So at least it will take 1 or 2 days time. But now we are doing by using Spring Boot in 2 minutes. Hope you are clear. Reduce
Yes, sir.
lot of development time and increase productivity means we are not taking care about the configuration and jars related. Just we are focusing on developing the code. Here we did not do any configuration. What we have done, just I created the class, I invoked in this, then it's working.
Okay.
Just I focused on development only. I did not check on configuration part. It's automatically working. Got it? This is the point it was saying. So increasing the productivity. So I'm keep on developing the code. It will increase the productivity, right? Any configuration issue will come. It will take 1 or 2 days time to resolve it. Now we no need to do anything. Just it is Spring Boot is going to taking care. It's automatically work. Now we need to focus on only development and increase the productivity. So if you are keep on developing the code, automatically productivity increase. Now one more. Avoid lot of boilerplate code means we no need to configure any XML. We no need to write any component scans, any configuration. By default, everything enabled. So that's what lot of boilerplate code and configuration. Let us assume you are going to develop one JDBC program. So one JDBC program you are going to develop, you need to read the data from service and you need to convert it as a bean or POSO. Then that POSO we need to set into SQL understandable language. So means So if just writing one query, you are writing a lot of boilerplate code, right? Now we don't want to write anything. Just we are going to call repository method and it is going to save as a save and update, everything will happen. So everything will be annotation and XML configuration. So we are going to avoid even lot of annotations and XML configuration. We are completely avoiding XML configuration here. So we no need to write any XML. Directly by using predefined annotations will be there that we are going to use in Spring Boot. Now, compared to Spring, it is very easy to integrate, JDBC, Spring ORM, Spring Data, Spring Security. Now, what you need to do, you need to enable Spring Security. Nothing you need to do. You can come here, just type security, select this. By default, it will integrate, right? Getting what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
if going to Spring Security in Spring, what are the configuration we required? Now you can see. Come here, Google Spring Security example in Spring. Come here, go here, you can see. See, story started with XML, pom.xml. So this is Spring Boot starter. Again, they are using Spring Boot. Just wait, I am going for pure Spring application.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Yeah, you can ask.
Sir, in JDBC, connection between Spring Boot application and data layer, sir.
That's what I'm going to tell you. Don't worry, I will guide you. Okay. So
No,
as
sir,
of
but in Spring ORM means I not know.
ORM means object relational model. This is the POM you need to add if you want to execute the Spring in Spring application. After this, again you need to add this BOM. So there are lot of changes you need to do. Once the 3 jars added, you need to do lot of code changes. But in Spring Boot, nothing you need to do. Just you need to add 1 jar. Now tell me what you are asking.
No, sir, I not know Spring ORM in deeply.
That's what I'm saying. You are going to get it in Spring Boot. I will explain you when the concept will come. Just be patient, or else do
Okay,
Google
sir.
for some concepts. So now the ORM concept did not came here, right? Why you are asking in between that? I don't know.
I not know. That's why asking, sir.
Spring ORM, object relation model. So what will happen in object relation model? So we no need to write any entity, any classes externally, how like we are interacting with JDBC. Just we are defining entities. That entities directly will talk with database and get the data and save the data, update the data and delete the data. Object relational model. Java is object framework, right? Relational
Yes, sir.
means database. Model means interacting between. Object relational model by using entities.
Okay,
This is
sir.
the concept. So now come. Now we are clear, right? First 3 points. Now come to its follows opinionated default configuration approach to reduce the developers. Means these are all related to, we are able to understand, right? How many efforts it was reduced. Everything is configurable. Now we no need to do external anything. Now along with that, now your code is developed. Now you want to deploy, you need to configure external Tomcat, right? You need to do external configuration. Like once you are done, everything developed, Spring MVC, again you will come here, right click, run on server. Let us, this is run on server, right? If you want to profile or something, you need to come here, or else you need to go here, Windows, preferences, Tomcat, servers. So once you select servers, right, what you will do, you will come here, you will open other server. Once you will come, what you will do, click here, and you want to HTTP, whatever the Tomcat servers, Apache software. So you come here. Now let's assume Apache. Now you are going to select Tomcat which version. Let's take latest version is 8. Then you can go here. Now you need to browse manual Tomcat server. So did you aware about this? How we are going to configure Tomcat? These are the steps we need to follow. If you want to configure external Tomcat, what are the steps involved? Now let us assume you are not using any Spring like Spring Boot. Spring Boot internally is providing Tomcat. Let us assume you developed one page by using servlets, struts, and Spring. So once your development is done, now you need to test it. What you need to do? What you need to do? You need to configure external Tomcat and you need to deploy, or else you cannot get it right.
Yes, sir.
Earlier we discussed, right? If you want to run your web application, what we required? One computer we required. Inside that required server, which is understanding your application or your languages. You either Java, Servlet, Strut, Spring. So now Tomcat is supporting for all Java related stuff. Got it? So now you
Yes,
need
sir.
to install Tomcat in your computer. Then that application you need to deploy manually. Again, manual work, right? But your Spring Boot is providing the inbuilt Tomcat server. Getting what I'm saying? Inbuilt Tomcat server. Getting or any confusion?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And it will provide command line interface tool to develop and test the Spring Boot. CLI, command line interface. Now, in core Java, right, how you are going to execute? You are compiling by using Java C and you are executing by Java command, right? Like that, you can start your Spring Boot application by using command prompt also. So this is very easy and quickly to start the server. Got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So means even though you are developing any application, you can run by using command prompt also. The same how core Java program you are running, you can run by using Spring Boot also. So now you are clear, right? Still these points. It is very easy to develop Spring based application by using Spring Boot. Getting Spring based applications like Spring JDBC, Spring MVC, Spring ORM, all, and it reduced a lot of development time and increased productivity. Why it is reducing? You are not doing anything, just you are generating the project and you are immediately writing the code. Now same code, if you want to write in Spring, it will take at least 2 or 3 hours. Now let's go back and think about struts and servlets. It will take 1 day. If any XML related error will come, so it will take 1 week time. But now what you are doing, within 1 minute you are developing the code. You are completely focusing on writing the code, not configuring the application or not configuring any XMLs and all. Directly you are starting the coding. Because of that only, it will increase the productivity. It avoid lot of boilerplate codes, means converting the primitive data types to data like wrapper classes. Apart from that, while communicating with database, you are exchanging the data to layers. Again, you need to write setters and getters, getting the data, setting the data. Lot of code you need to write. And you need to write prepare statement, connection open, connection close. Again, you need to write the database query. So these all stuff we no need to write. And lot of annotations we are not going to use, and XML configuration we are going to completely avoiding. Got it? By using Spring Boot application. It is very easy to integrate Spring Boot application with Spring ecosystems, means Spring modules, Spring JDBC like Spring ORM, Spring Data, Spring Security. Got it?
Yes, sir.
it will provide inbuilt HTTP servers like Tomcat and Jetty. You no need to configure any external Tomcat. So to deploy your application, test it. By default, it will provide. And we are going to execute through command line. And we are going to develop and test the Spring Boot application, like how Core Java program is going to execute. Along with that, there are a lot of plugins to develop and testing Spring Boot applications by using Maven and Gradle. Just now we saw, right? How many tools are there to develop Spring Boot? 2 tools. One is Gradle and another one is Maven. Got it? So Spring Boot will support different types of plugins that we are going to call it as Maven and Gradle. And it will provide embedded in-memory databases to test the code. Suppose, now let's take one example. You are developed MVC pattern. So MVC pattern, controller you develop, service you develop, like database repository you develop, like entities. Now your program is working fine or not. As a Java developer, you are the owner to test all these classes. To test means to test manually. It's not the test case. You need to write unit test cases. Means you are writing test cases to cover these classes. To cover the code coverage should come. So for that, you need to write JUnit test cases. Now, whenever you are trying to write get and fetching the data, it's easy to write. But some scenarios, we are doing update and delete, right? So at that time, whenever we are trying to test these actual classes, it will go actual database and delete the data. So you are, as a part of your JUnit test cases, it will go and delete the actual data. Does make sense? No, right? See, you are writing controller test class. The same implementation will work how your controller class is working. Now service method you are writing. Inside service method, get you are writing, save you are writing, delete you are writing. So whenever you are writing test case for this service class, if you are trying to invoke these 3 methods, where it will go? It will go actual database, right?
Yes, sir.
So whenever you are testing with test class, it is deleting actual database data. So is this right? No, it's completely wrong, right? Completely wrong. Means whenever you are trying to execute to test the test code, actual flow is working or not, it will go and hit the database, actual data will be deleted. If it is production data, right, everything will last. So for that, what Spring Boot is providing? Spring Boot is providing embedded in-memory database, means copy of original database, soft copy of original database. Getting what I am saying? Now let's take one example, like file system. This is the file system. This is the new folder I am creating. Test. This is the production data. So inside that, let's take one example. Again, 2 folders are creating. 2 folders are creating. Now, the same way how test is created, right? Now I am doing something this data on this, right? So it will automatically delete. Your code is trying to delete this, but it was deleting actual data, right? But I want to test this data only, because deleting something and deleting is soft copy of this test class. Test folder the same, right? Backup of this. You are performing anything on this test, nothing will happen, right? The actual data will not impact. If you are trying to do some R&D and all in production data, it is will delete. You need to get the soft copy and you need to practice here. That is what it is going to provide. Embedded built-in in-memory database will be provided. by Spring Boot to cover the code coverage. Clear? What is the advantage of Spring Boot?
Yes, sir.
Clear or any confusion?
Clear, sir.
What about others?
Clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's move to next slide. What it is saying. Now, what are the major concepts? So it is easy to develop Spring Boot application. It will increase a lot of time. It will reduce a lot of development time to configure, and it will increase productivity because we are not doing any configuration. We are completely focusing on development. Avoid lot of boilerplate code means writing n number of conversions, n number of entities, and n number of XML configuration and integration. It is very easy to embed. It is very easy to integrate like Spring modules like Spring JDBC, Spring Core, Spring ORM, Spring JMS, and all. And it will provide inbuilt Tomcat server to deploy. And it is having CLI, command line interface, which we are going to execute Spring Boot application while starting by using command prompt also. We no need to use any other tools like Eclipse and other stuffs required. Even it will work simple command prompt also. It will provide lot of development testing configurations to using Maven and Gradle, lot of plugins, and it will provide in-memory database to test your actual code. Got it? Limitations of Spring Boot. See, generating Spring Boot is very simple. Suppose you already developed 10 modules in Spring. So if you want to convert that, right? So it will be very tough to integrate. So that's what this is the one of the drawback, one of the limitation. If existing projects already right, it's already developed, converting existing project to Spring Boot framework is somewhat difficult. So converting that into Spring Boot it will take 3 or 4 days. Writing Spring Boot it will take 2 days only. Getting what I am saying? So see, it is very difficult. It's not a difficult, but it's a limitation. So if you want to convert that existing application to Spring Boot, it will take time. But while converting that, it will take 4 or 5 days. So we can develop new project, how the modules are having. So that's what it is saying. It's not suggestible if existing projects are there, you no need to convert. You are starting any new modules, you can start by using Spring application. This is one of the limitation. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So always Spring Boot will be suggestible to develop new projects. Now tell me, what is Spring Boot? Spring Boot is existing Spring framework plus embedded HTTP servers like Tomcat and Jetty, and minus means avoiding XML or annotations configuration. Got it? What is Spring Boot? Spring Boot we can call it as existing Spring framework plus embedded Tomcat and avoiding XML and annotations. Got it? What we are going to discuss? So what are the modules are available in Spring Boot? CLI, just now we discussed it, right? Command line interface, loader, starters, test classes, Spring Boot, dev tools, test auto configuration, boot auto configuration, accurator, and accurator auto configuration. You need to observe this, right? Test auto configuration, test auto like accurator auto configuration. This is like object. Once you enable this module, by default it will be configurable. So whatever the thin, right? Thin green we are getting, right? Light green. So these are like, it's not a module, it's a replica of test and accurator module. You are getting? This is
Yes,
the
sir.
main module which we are going to enable, Spring Boot. In this module, what we are going to contain, @ Spring Boot is the one annotation is going to taking care of entire application loading and your class object creation, Tomcat starting, connection pooling, everything is going to taking care. CLI is just now we discussed. We are going to execute by using this module command line loader. This is the entry point of this Spring Boot module. Now let's go for this one. So anyway, we are going to discuss all about this. Loader is for loading all the classes. Starter, just now we discussed, right? What is starter?
Configure,
Yes.
configure. all those.
So starters are provided by default, which is always contains required dependencies, package of dependencies. Test class is for testing. Spring Boot is the entry point. Dev tool. What is Dev tool? Dev tool is a tool, one of the configuration we are going to use in Spring Boot to automatically restart the server when you are doing any modification. Suppose you are developing one project, you are writing loops, like you are writing if and else condition. Once you are trying to do if, your testing is done. Again, you are added else. You no need to do compile, you no need to restart. Whenever your changes is done, by default, Spring Boot will compile and restart the server. Getting what I'm saying? Means you are doing some changes, you need to compile, you need to run the application. Now let's take this example. Here, now I'm enabled. Now again, I need to start manually and all. Getting what I'm saying? Now manually I'm running. Now what I will do, let's come here and see this concept. Google Dev tool Spring Boot dependency. Come here, click here, come here, just copy this, go here, configure. Where we need to configure? Pom.xml. Pom, come here, dependency. Inside the dependency, I'm pasting Control Shift F, right click, run.
You run this application, it's automatically run once
No,
you
that's
place
what we are
the-
going to see. Once we keep this right, just let me
Yeah,
tell you,
it's
wait
automatic.
1 minute. Now project is done. Now come here, right click, just demo, right click, run as Maven clean. I am doing now. Let's see what will happen. What it is saying. Something we have done misconfiguration. Let's go and see this. What is this bullshit? Dev tools dependencies.
Closing tab. Yeah.
Still error.
Yeah.
Still error. No, I think so. Let's wait. Right click. Run as Maven clean. Rasegar, you have to speak. Now resolved, right? Right click, run as Maven install. Now you can see like existing. Now what is the difference between here and there? What is a dev tool is exactly doing? Now you can see. So once build is done, right? Earlier we started manually. Did you get what I'm saying? Now you can see what is going on. Did I started?
No.
What it is doing? It's already going to taking care. Now come here, right click, run as. It is already verifying. See, now you can see test here. Now what I want to do is I want to modify this. You can clear this. 1 minute. Did we configure true or false? dependency dev2 scope it's actually not working, but whenever we do some change, right, automatically it will restart the server. See this. We'll see why it is not working anyway. Now got it right. So dev tool is for automatic restarting and automatic deploy. So boot configuration test boot configuration is, so we want to write whenever application is starting, at the time we will enable these configurations. So accurator is for, you are able to hear me? Yeah. Accurator is for to monitor the health check. By default, whenever you are developing, right, if you want to configure this dependency, so it will provide default URLs to monitor the your application. How many memory utilization, what it is there and all, it will be. Got it? These are the major modules in there in Spring Boot. Got it? Any confusion?
Got it.
Now,
Got it.
now
Got
how you are going to develop one Spring Boot project? If you want to develop by using Maven project and by using STS is the tool which we can integrate in Eclipse, and Spring Initializer, Spring Boot CLI. Even command prompt also we are going to generate the project. Now just now we use this one. This is the Spring Initializer. Got it? In the Spring Initializer is one of the way. There are three ways, other three ways. One is Maven. Maven, nothing is there. Just you need to create the Maven project and you need to enable all these Spring modules. Like, see, you need to create one project and you need to keep this. Getting what I'm saying? This is the way we are. This is manual process. Manual process, which should not be suggestible. Got it? Which should not be suggestible. Always we will go for Spring project by using STS or Initializer. These are the two ways. Most probably I always will prefer this one, or else we will go for this configuration. Let's open this STS document also. I am having with me. See, this is Maven tool, Spring Boot support tools. Anyway, tomorrow I will show you that how we are going to work on by using STS. So today's session is done. So now how many ways we